Hi, welcome to my brand new YouTube videos. I've never done this before, probably painfully obvious. My name's Alera, at least that's what I'm going to go by on YouTube. It's been my screen name for forever and ever, amen. And that's just what I'm comfortable with for now. So that's what we're going to go with. I've been thinking about making a YouTube video for a long time. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, if I just wanted to be all quiet, maybe some nice relaxing music, just my hands, no face, because I'm not really comfortable with my face. It's okay. But I've been really inspired by a lot of people. All right, the few people that I've watched on Flosstube. I tend to go all the way back to the beginning and watch all of the videos of people that I've found. So that takes up a lot of time. I'm a little intimidated by some floss tubers that have gotten really big. Like even though I'm just watching, I'm not part of the cool kid crowd. So anyway, but I wanted to share my love of the craft as well. As far as cross stitch goes, I'm into a lot of other crafts as well, but we're gonna stick with cross stitch because there's I've been chit-chatting a little bit with Amy Taylor from Creativity by Gidge. Amy, if you're watching, thank you. I don't know if you know how much you've helped just by being you in your videos, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. She kind of pushed a little bit and was like, just go for it. I'm like, you know what? That's what I need to. That's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take a page out of her book with a get to know your needleworker tag that Whimsical Daisy posted years and years and years ago. So we'll start with that. Where do you live? I live in a little town called Bellbrook, just outside of Dayton, Ohio. I actually grew up in Springfield, which is an hour and a half north-ish of there. But I've moved around a little bit, but have always been kind of in this area. We live on about 110-ish acres of farmland just outside of the city. It's one of the last farms around here that, I won't get into all that. We live on a farm. It's about 35 wooded acres. It's beautiful. I love it. It's quiet, but I'm like 5 minutes from anything and everything we need to get to. What do you do for a living? So my husband and I own our own business. I'm not going to get into that business on this channel because I'm doing this to help be calm and not doing that while I'm doing this. You'll learn this about me. I lose track of thought very, very easily. I will try not to say a lot. I can't promise anything. But we do, see, I just did it. We make outdoor equipment from home. We've been doing this full time. We got our LLC in 2017. We make ultralight backpacking hammocks and equipment. And it got we got some really, really good response. I actually decided to quit my day job back in March. Been sewing full-time, non-stop since then. Even before then, I was working probably 16 hours a day trying to do both the full-time job and take care of 5 kids and do our business that we were trying to get off the ground. I love it. I love it, but I couldn't do both sustainably. So just doing that now. I'm actually feeling a little kind of guilty about taking time out to do something that I want to do because we're a little bit behind. We're a lot behind. We're getting there. We're getting out of it. But I need to do this, I think, for my mental health. As weird as it is, putting yourself out in the ether for everyone to see, I felt like this was maybe a way to help me stay a little bit sane. I love my husband, love my children. We are with each other all the time. So I needed a little bit of maybe decompression. It's 2 o'clock in the morning right now, and this is the only time I have to take a breath, let the day go. But I don't really have anybody to talk to, so I'm talking to you guys, and I appreciate that. So thank you for being here if you're here. Do you have any children? I do. We have a his, hers, and ours type situation. My husband has a set of twins from his previous relationship. I have an oldest and a middle, and then we have a little one together. So my oldest will be 17 in December. His 2 twins will also be 17 in December, 5 days before my oldest hits that. Pray for me, because my middle son is 14. I have 4 teenagers under the same roof. Part-time for most of them, but when they're all under, it's enough. One's enough, and we have 4. And then the little guy, he's going to be 4 in February. He's our mascot. He's our manager. He tells us what we're doing when we're doing a lot of the time. But he's a hoot. And so yeah, so we're the Brady Bunch +1. Do you have any pets? Yes, I have an aging pit mix Dodger. He's been my furry companion for 11 years now. He's starting to show his age. We've got 2 cats that are kind of ours. They live in the house with us. My father-in-law, this is his house that we live in. He was gracious enough to allow us to come live with him, so we could be in a better school system for our kids. So his, ours. But yeah, 2 cats. I have a ball python named Ka. He's doesn't come out much because he's apparently a very high-strung snake and doesn't handle being handled well. Kids have a menagerie of goldfish and Lord knows what. We call them rats. What, hamsters? Gerbils? I don't know. They're rodents. They eat carrots and stuff. Other hobbies besides stitching. Well, I mean, I sew for a living, but I would still say that I do sew for a hobby every once in a blue moon. My mom is a seamstress by hobby as well. She made all of my clothes growing up. Like, she made my wedding dress when my husband and I got married. She's amazing. I would credit a lot of where my craftiness comes from her. And she taught me, or started teaching me, a lot of what I love now about crafting. By the way, Mom, Dad, if you're watching, you should probably not. I don't plan on censoring myself on these videos. I'm not going to edit. I don't have time for that. I don't know how to do it. I'll be lucky if I can figure out how to get this uploaded. But part of why I want to do this channel is so that I have a place to just be me. I was always the kid that I'm still very shy. I'm very socially awkward. Really, really socially awkward, especially if I get in a group of like, 2 or more people I don't know. I will let other people lead the conversation. I'm not very good at starting conversations, mostly because I've always been that person who, I really want you to like me, to the point where I'll shut my personality down in order to kind of match the room. And I need a space where I don't have to do that, where I can just be me. I'm probably sounding really boring right now because I am a ball of nerves. And I'm hoping that I can learn that I can just be myself even during these. I'm talking to my phone. I feel a little weird. I gotta be kind of quiet because that's a bedroom for my oldest. They sleep pretty heavy, but I told them, I was like, if you hear me mumbling to myself, just ignore it. Just go back to sleep. What was I don't know. I'm rambling and don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, other hobbies. Duh. So, yeah, cross stitch since I was like 5, but y'all, I grew up under a rock. I still live under a rock. I didn't know anything other than Ada existed until I really started watching Flosstube. Um, I'd heard of linen, but I figured those were all those were napkins. You don't stitch on what? No. I have a piece with even weave on it that I'm using for it. It's black. I don't mind it. I have really good light. I have fluorescence everywhere for our workspace. Um, but I don't. I'm terrible with names. Horrible with names. Things that are. Name a song. Name the artist. But I like it or I hate it, but I can't tell you what it is. I probably couldn't sing to it. I don't want to make your ears bleed. I can't remember dates. Don't ask me when something happened. I have to figure out what year it is to know how old I am. I know my birth date. I'm good with that. I know most of my immediate family's birthdays. I start getting into cousins and friends. I don't my nephews I'm really bad about because I don't get to see them very often. I still haven't met my youngest nephew because he was born February. He was born in February because he was born 2 days after my son. But I still haven't met him yet because of everything going on in the world. We know what we're talking about. So anyway, I keep going down rabbit holes, and we're supposed to be talking about what other hobbies do I do besides stitching. Let's see. So my mom I started learning crochet, knitting, not so much. My mom tried to teach me when I was really young how to do all the things. Either she's a terrible teacher or I'm a terrible student or a little bit of both. She had no patience for me. I had no patience to how to learn from her. So she taught me the basics. She got me started. But as far as really learning nitty-gritty details, we couldn't do the communication on it. She showed me how to use a sewing machine a little bit, but I'm basically self-taught from those roots. Crochet, knitting, needlepoint, embroidery, very close related, cross stitch. Don't do it a whole lot. Does paint by number count? I'm not a creative person by any stretch of the imagination. I can't come up with anything out of whole cloth, but you give me a pattern and I can do it. You show me what I need to do, I'm golden. But coming up with something like, I would draw a little bit. I actually designed the one tattoo that I have and took it in and had them do it, put it on my back. But that was like a mosh-up of several different pictures that I had collected and loved over the years. It wasn't my idea. Let's see what else. I do beading cross stitch as well. Diamond painting. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. The collection is a little obscene. I won't lie. So I may do some diamond painting on here too, just some diamond paint with me's. I don't know. I'll be rambling. It's okay. Favorite movie. From what part of my life do you want a favorite movie from? I loved the Disney movies growing up. Ariel, The Little Mermaid was my all-time favorite movie when I was a kid. My poor grandmother, bless her heart, she babysat me for one summer right after that came out on video. And I kid you not, I watched that movie every day, the entire summer. I don't know. She must have had earplugs. I don't, because I knew every line. I sang every song. I think one day I said every line throughout the movie the whole way through. And my grandmother was a saint. Now that I'm an adult, pretty much if it makes me cry in a good way, it's hitting my top I love this movie list. There's several movies that I've watched once that are great movies. I'll never watch them again. Mystic River, that was one of them. But I love Dirty Dancing, Moulin Rouge, Love Actually. Don't laugh. I have a soft spot for romantic comedies, rom-coms. If it's a rom-com, I'm in. But I also, again, I grew up under a rock. So a lot of the movies that a lot of people would be like, wait, you haven't seen that? How have you not seen that movie? That's me. If there's a movie you're supposed to see that's a classic that everybody should have, what do you mean you haven't seen that movie? That's me. I dated actually my ex-husband when we were dating. Our group of friends, I think it was a goal for a while to see how many movies they could list off that I hadn't seen. It was extensive. They tried to indoctrinate me for the movies that they had loved growing up. We probably could have watched a movie every night for an entire year and they wouldn't have caught me up. So, favorite TV show, I don't watch TV. We have a TV because my father-in-law has a TV in the house. Honestly, I could get rid of it and not miss it. We don't have cable, mostly because we can't get cable. We live about a quarter mile off the road, so they haven't run the cables out. I watch YouTube. When I was in an environment where TV was part of our everyday life, I liked Bones. Although I don't think I ever finished the series because I was really disappointed in the season next to last. I did not like that they brought his addiction back to gambling. It just made his character seem, I mean, yeah, they were trying to humanize his character, but I didn't like it. So I didn't finish the series. But I really liked all the stuff up to then. The original CSI, love that series. That's probably my all-time favorite TV show. The whole forensics, anything, I've always been kind of fascinated with that. Favorite book. I have a favorite book series. The Clan of the Cave Bear series. Jean All. I don't know how to say her last name. But I've probably read that series 6 times. I mean, obviously not the last book, because the last book just came out a few years ago. I haven't had time to read. I have a book that's like this thick. And I started it last year. And it's a good book. It's a fantastic book. But I can't read more than a page before ADHD kicks in. And I'm like, I can't. It's longer than an article on the interwebs. So I think I've fallen victim to that part of our culture right now, where I have a hard time reading anything that's longer than 4 sentences long. Favorite music. I don't necessarily have a favorite music, like genre. I have favorite artists and or favorite songs. Again, can't tell you the names of the songs or the artists because I can't remember names. Now, there was a kid that I went to school with. I went to the same school system growing up all 13 years, kindergarten through 12th grade. Pretty sure I went to the school system with the same guy all 13 years. I saw him after we graduated. Maybe 5 years had passed. I couldn't remember his name. I could not go say hi to this guy because to this day, I actually think I needed to pull. I'll have to pull a yearbook out and look, see if I can find him. But yeah, favorite music is all about voice to me. If your voice moves me, then I'll probably like your music. If I can't understand you, though, that's a hard no, because I have an audio processing disorder where I kind of have to read lips to understand people well. It's not that I can't hear you, but what I hear isn't necessarily what you're saying. And it's not that it's different words. It's just I can't understand what you're saying unless I can see what you're saying. So the mask thing it's been hard because I can't see what you're saying. So I've been to the hearing doctor. They said my hearing is not something that they can help with by hearing aids. It's just my brain doesn't like listening to people, so apparently it just turned them off. Thanks, brain. What one word best describes you? I don't know. I've gone most of my life trying to be somebody that people will accept. And that's not necessarily a good thing. I just realized I'm probably really crooked. Sorry. Have a wall. Again, this is not me going, oh, please love me. No, this is somewhere where I'm hoping to find my people. Amy, you, if you're still watching, what are we, 22 minutes in and me going blah, 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 and it's not really anything Stitchy related. You have inspired me to try to just be me, because my people might be out there, and that's kind of exciting. Even if nobody watches this video, or if I put up more videos and nobody watches, that's okay, because maybe the sort of Stitchy diary will be enough for me to go, you know what, I'm me and that's okay. You don't have to like me. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to agree with me. But my people might be out there. So, all right. So, y'all have a lot of cross stitch that I want to show you. So first, again, I've been cross stitching for a really long time. But off and on, like years and years of breaks. My oldest WIP is gross, so I'm sorry now. Not sorry. This is a Gold Dimensions kit. She's been on this hoop for probably 15 years. Y'all, all I have to do is backstitch, and the funky stuff that Dimensions does, I don't even know what it's called, the cording, where you twist the threads and make a cord and then tack it down. I hate backstitching. Hate it. Which is why I'm now into Haid full coverages. Heaven help me. She's done. Except for the backstitching. Some of it. I got some of it done. In her hair. I don't know if this is salvageable. I'm kind of afraid to take her off the hoop because she's gross. She was not at a good storage spot wherever I had her, and there. I don't know what that is. She probably smells terrible. I supposedly have not had COVID. But I was sick last December with some respiratory thing. She's so pretty. I really want her to be okay. But I lost my sense of smell. Last December. I started really noticing it in February, March. My coffee tasted really weird. Now I keep looking here, but you're here. I keep looking there because I'm there. And it looks weird. Coffee started to taste weird. And day by day, it got worse and worse and worse. Y'all, food, smells in general, I didn't really lose my sense of smell in the fact that things all smelled some shade of poop. I haven't been able to taste or smell not poop since February. The good part of it is when it was, it seems to have peaked, and I'm hoping it's coming back, because around Memorial Day, I really couldn't taste anything. But we had an event on our property, outside, socially distanced, and we had a gentleman come up that he came up for the event, and he's Southern, very Cajun. His trail name is Cajun. And this man makes some phenomenal gumbo. Gumbo. He made gumbo for my birthday. Anyway, he made several batches. One was, bland for us Northerners, and then some for the spicy people who like it spicy, and then he made it Southern. The kind where the vegetables like soak everything up spice-wise. You can barely eat it because it's so hot. And then, oh, not gumbo, crawfish. What am I talking about? Crawfish. Did a crawfish boil because I'd never had it. He was like, I'll bring some up. And it's a friend of his birthday and all the things. We were doing all the things for celebrating that weekend. And I was like, hey, that kind of smells like food. I'm going to try it, and hopefully it's not terribly disgusting, because my palate of food became very, very small, of things that I could actually stomach and not spit out because it tasted like literal crap. But anyways, most people can't eat the corn on the cob that is cooked with the crawfish because of how hot it is. And I bit into it. I'm like, oh, this tastes like corn, you guys. And even the Southern guy's like, no, but it's hot. No, it's not. Nom, nom, nom. And I'm eating this, and it's delicious. And I'm so excited because I can actually taste it, and it tastes like real food. Apparently, losing your sense of smell and taste to COVID gives you a superpower of being able to eat really hot things. I tried ghost pepper sauce. Usually sweet barbecue sauce makes me cough. It's a little hot. I can't do it. I don't like my lips getting hot. And I tried it, and it kind of sort of warmed my mouth and my belly. And everybody else is snotting, and it's gross, and they're crying, and it's too hot, I can't do it. And I'm just like, it made my taste feel good. My food tastes good. Anyway, I can't smell if that's gross or not. Probably is. I'm going to try to wash her. I'm going to take her out of the hoop. It's going to be a experiment, possibly in what not to do with your UFOs. Or we'll see if it can be salvaged, and I will try to finish her. My next oldest, excuse me, I have to get up and get it. It's way down there because there's a lot. How long's the first video supposed to be? I feel like this is really long, but I kind of don't really care. If you're here with me, you're here with me. This is a chart. The pack. Maybe I should scoot it back to where the wall was. Give myself some room. I bought this in high school, or like the year after I graduated. My aunt and I went shopping, and apparently I had a problem with buying all the things back then too. I did not realize how confetti heavy these wools were. I didn't even know what confetti meant. I started them. This is all I've gotten. And I've actually worked on this a little tiny bit in the last year. Luckily, I started this before I knew about gridding. I've just learned how to grid, so I'm gonna grid these and try to I don't know if I'm gonna do the parking method or if it's just gonna be dealing with the confetti. I want to get them done. My husband loves wolves, so it's perfect for him, but not a lot done. 15 years? I think I might have even started them before I started the gold collection. Do I know what she's called? Let's find out. Oh, a summer stroll is what my pretty lady with the umbrella is, the parasol is. I have another old WIP, but I can't find it. I don't know where she's at. She is... Sorry, reaching. Another Dimensions. She's the companion piece to this guy. Isn't he awesome? She was almost done too. I had back stitching left. I hate back stitching. And he came with little charms. I don't know where the charms are for her either. I'm hoping they're with her somewhere in storage. Sorry for the crinkling. Not sorry. Why does everybody apologize for that? People really that annoyed with it? Anyway. I'm hoping to find her someday and finish her. Finish the evil backstitching. I hate backstitching. Okay. So fast forward to my husband and I started dating. We'll have been together 9 years this coming year. And I started it 4 or 5 years before we got together. And it was a kit that I got off of eBay or somewhere. And it was a unicorn with its butt to you. So you got the butt, you got the unicorn looking over its shoulder. And it was huge. I mean, not huge, but it was pretty big. Big for me. I got 3/4 of the way done with it and realized I had switched 2 of the main colors. And once I saw it, I could not unsee it. I think I still have it somewhere, but I abandoned it. It's not even in timeout. I'm not doing it again. I'm not restarting it because it was a lot. It was years of work. And I decided, you know what? I'll save the chart. Maybe someday I'll actually get the bug to do it. I got it in a diamond painting, y'all. But that was before I learned about copyrights and things. I'm pretty sure it's like a copyright image. Oh, disclaimer, forewarning. Again, under a rock, I've lived. I didn't know about the whole copyright thing with artists. I don't know designers. Names, people. I don't do names. Don't ask me to tell you the name of, unless I have it on a piece of paper in front of me, I won't remember. But I started buying cross-stitch kits again last year for lockdown. And I was still working full-time from home. So when the stimulus money came out, I had play money. Probably should have saved the play money. I'm not good with saving money at all. Like, I am definitely a do what I say, not what I do kind of parent when it comes to money, because I can't hang on to it. It burns a hole in my pocket. I need to, which is partly why I wanted to do the YouTube journey. Maybe hold myself a little bit more accountable, get some things done. But I bought a lot of kits from AliExpress. I feel like I just said a curse word. Before I realized these companies don't. There's no probability about it. They don't have permission to use the charts that the images that they were charting. Yeah, I'm probably still going to show them anyway, because that's a lot of money I don't want to have wasted. I won't link them, other than they came off of AliExpress. I actually have a couple of charts that I have bought as replacements, but I don't think that I can do an investment like that for all of the stuff that I have. I don't want to encourage anyone to buy charts that are stolen images, but I also still want to be able to share my journey and what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm sure I have plenty, and I have more than enough to occupy YouTube for a while as far as WIPS in progress and finishes and things like that. I might not even have to dig into those, but I have a lot. But what I'm going to show you tonight is just I don't have pictures for some of these anymore because they were my travel pieces, like while I was hiking. And I don't know how to insert pictures. I'm techie-ish. If I have somebody to show me. Y'all, my husband doesn't even know I'm making this video. Because that's something else about me, about the whole people-pleasy thing. I always felt like I had to apologize for loving to do crafts. Probably because I got made fun of when I would, like as a younger kid, try to do artsy-fartsy, you know, home ec. You had to sew and stuff, and I'm sure that I was like, yay! And I didn't have a lot of friends in school. I don't have a lot of friends now, but now it's by choice because people suck. As a kid, I loved everyone. I don't know, maybe I make a really crappy friend. It's a possibility. Maybe I'm a little too much for people. I don't know. But anywho, but that excitement, I don't know if people, I got made fun of, you know, you're a grandma, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I guess people don't really do this stuff. So it's been like, I'm like a closet crafter. Is that a thing? So anyways, I don't know how to show you what this will be when it's done. It's called Be a Light. And this is like a jar hanging off of tree limb. There's another couple of jars, and there'll be words. So it's tiny, obviously. I want to get it done. So this is, Amy, you're inspiring me for this one. Stitch it till you fitch it. Stitch it till you finish it is probably going to be one of these. Because I want to finish all the things, but I want to start all the things too. I really need to get the kits that I have done. Because y'all, I don't want to have wasted a lot of money by not doing those kits because I have guilt. I can't close it. I'll close it later. The next one that I have, these are all WIPs. These are not going to be anything that I haven't started. Do I have? A cover sheet for this? I do. Okay. Twisted Rainbow Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. See, I had a name. I could say that one because I have a name for it. I just got the cross stitch one. I thought about the fancy schmancy one. I don't think I'm ready for that. I've done embroidery, but again, needlepoint embroidery stuff, that's been a long time since I've done. fun stuff like that. Oh, counts. I'll have it written down eventually, I promise, to show you. Isn't it pretty? I love the colors. I know I'm using 1/2 on black even weave. This is my 1 even weave stitch, or my words. English is hard. This is the one piece of, no, that's a lie. My 1 piece of even weave. 1/2. Takes a lot of brain power to stitch on this one. There's a fly. Most of the time I don't have enough brain power to stitch on that one. But it's gorgeous. That's a total Rachel Ray. I blame her. She's one of the first people I ever found on YouTube for diamond painting. Because when I first got into watching a lot of people on YouTube, it was for diamond painting. Because that was my obsession last year. I found my earbuds. Yo, I bought these because I lost these. Found them. I lost my driver's license once when I went to California. So I went out and I waited for a couple of weeks. I didn't drive. Waited for a couple of weeks because I'm like, oh, maybe it'll show up. The day I went out and got another license, I found it. I've had these for at least a couple of weeks, so I found them. Yay. Shows you how long it's been since I worked on that one. This is also a Rachel Ray Blame. Dark Queen of the Seas. I love the fish. Her fish got me. That's from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And I got the companion fabric from I don't remember her name. Names, people. Names. I don't have it handy. Do I? I'll get all these written down, I promise. If anybody decides they actually want to watch my videos, I'll write it down for you. But just for you. Alright, this kit was an eBay find. Country cabin? Probably stolen. But I bought this probably 15 years ago. I just realized. Parasol lady? Summer stroll? I keep looking in the wrong spot, y'all. Sorry. She's like 20 years old. Because I got her in high school. I'm old-ish. I just turned 42. I just had a birthday. We won't talk about it. Anywho. This one is on 14 count, I believe. Yeah, that's a 14 count, Ada. I just started it last year. After hanging on to it for 15. It's the roof. A lot of half stitching. Amy, I'm playing Peeping Tom. You can see my nose. There. Is that better? Or is that creepier? Y'all, I have so... I Accountability. That's what this is. Because when I start talking about all the things that I have that I need to start, I go, how did it happen? Stress. I do stress buying. A lot of stress buying. I just realized this is definitely a probably a Chinese ripoff. I don't know who, and I want to give credit where credit's due. Should I not show it? Maybe I will. Don't crucify me. I didn't know any better. But now I know better, and I'm buying all the things that are legitimate. I have a Haid wish list. It's not as big as some people's. Facebook group, official Heaven and Earth Designs Facebook group. Yeah, I finally got through their entire website and built my wish list. It's like 90 charts. I was really picky, really picky. 90. There's no, you can't do. I probably won't get one done in my lifetime, let alone 90. Yeah, they were talking about there's people with like 200 plus charts. But that's the kind of route that I'm going to be going from now on. But this one, isn't she pretty? Girl that sat on the dragon reading a book. Probably not the actual title of it. That's not it. I tried the parking method, trying the parking method on this one. I'm not taking anything out of hoops. I buy hoops and just leave them in there, obviously. Summer stroll, I'm sorry. This is the first one that I've actually tried doing pages on. You can't really see what that is. That's her face. A little bit right there. And the dragon. But I don't think I like park, but I don't know. It's a paper chart, so it might work a little bit easier for me because I can't see the next pages. And y'all, I'm a day late and a dollar short to a lot of stuff. So I didn't know about, well, all right. I knew about Pattern Keeper from Rachel Ray. I don't need Pattern Keeper. I have paper. I'm fine. I can highlight. I learned about gridding. I'll be fine. I started a chart that I got off Etsy. One of the Disney ones. I'm sure y'all have seen the Disney ones that have popped up. The first page had over 100 colors in it. I was like, I can't do this highlighting thing on paper right now. So I downloaded Pattern Keeper. This fly is driving me crazy. Downloaded Pattern Keeper. And the mock-up of this, and it was a 999 massive, giant. It looks awful. And I don't know if that's just because the mock-up itself doesn't render quite right. I cut it down. I'm using it for other things. Go away, fly. Like this. Hang on. I just broke my zipper. We'll fix it later. I don't have a color printer, so Gypsy Firefly by Amy Stewart from Heaven and Earth Designs. Amy Stewart's name I know. I love her artwork. I wish you could see it in color. Go to the website. but I have this done. I do hoop completions. I don't do page finishes. I do hoop completions. So when I fill all this up, I'll move over or down. I haven't decided yet which one. But I have all the 939 done on this one. Y'all, this is almost an hour long. Is that bad for my first one? I don't know. Especially since I don't have any details. I just like the pretty pictures. 18 count is what this one is on. Ada. I got the Ada from China because I'm cheap. But I've started filling in the black. I want to get back into it, but I've been distracted. I get distracted easily. I gotta fix that one too. Oh, I forgot about this one. No, I'm not going to show that one. I will show. Try not to break this one. Yep. Nope. Maybe. Aha. I started these on the paper chart before I had Pattern Keeper. This is Malaganos. It's a limited edition that I got a few months ago from Heaven and Earth Designs. He's very purple. Black and white does not do it justice. I don't have color printer. And I don't know how to insert pictures, folks. Don't know how. Ta-da! This is on 25 count. Ada, also from China, because I'm cheap. I'm not going to do cheap with my designers from now on, though. Oh, this is from... Yeah, I'm not going to try and hurt... Paya? That's the artist. I'm hoping that's not backwards. It's probably backwards. Because I'm on the other facing camera, so I can see myself. I don't know how to say your name. But I'm doing 2/1. It's a little bit thick, but I think it'll be okay. And I don't know why these pink stitches seem to poke out more than the other stitches. And I don't know if that's because I'm doing 2/1 on 25 count, which is pretty little. But I didn't like the coverage that 1/1 gave me. So I'm going with it. And my last one is a Gecko Rouge kit. That I got. Oh, sorry, Glare Firewalker by JoJo's Art. Jonas Jodecki. Isn't it so pretty? I have the diamond painting for Nightbringer from Diamond Art Club. Rachel Ray, also. I blame her for that one. This is on 28 count even weave, easy guide. I'm not sure how I feel about the easy guide since I have done my own gridding on some of the other ones, because this is like a whole stitch wide. And it's a little I don't know, it's a little weird trying to count when I have to count this line. I have to make sure, okay, do I include this one in my one or do I exclude it? Where do I stop? I'll get there, it's okay. Yeah, there's Nightbringer. That's the one I have the diamond painting for. That's all 939 except for, I started in the middle because I wasn't sure how they measured their fabrics, and I didn't want to miscalculate and not have enough room. And I think that's like 814 or something. They don't have DMC, it's DMC thread, but they don't do DMC colors with their kits. So that's like a really deep red. And I just did enough to get up here. But I'm just going to fill out all my 939 and then fill in what is poking out there for them. I love it. This is very, very relaxing for me. This is 1/1, and I love the coverage on it. So I think 28 counts probably, I keep not looking at you guys. I'm sorry, that's rude. 28 counts probably going to be my go-to until my eyeballs cannot see it anymore. Because I love how that comes out. But I know a lot of people are like, I can't do just one color background. It's very cathartic for me to just do one color. Alright, so I feel like I'm getting really boring. And it is 3 o'clock in the morning now. So, thank you for, if you've even managed to last this long. I don't, because I feel like I was boring. That's me. So I don't know when I will get another one up. I think I'm probably going to want to do a stitch with me. I don't know if I'm going to talk. It's pretty awkward for me talking, surprisingly. Mostly because I can't, my brain and my mouth don't connect very well. The thoughts in my head sound great, and then I try to get them out here, and it's awkward. Or doesn't make sense. I'm always better on the written word. But, again, this is me trying to expand, trying to do a little bit better for myself. And that's what I'm going to show you for now. Because y'all, there's too much. It's a lot. All right. Well, on that note, again, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I don't know. Yeah, you know what buttons do what. I'm not going to ask you to do them. Because you will if you want to, and you won't if you don't want to. Alright, on that note, I'm going to call it a night. Try and get some sleep. I was up until 7 o'clock in the morning yesterday. I don't feel the coming any day soon. So I'll probably stitch some. But, alright guys, again, thank you. I don't have a sign off. I'm not that clever yet. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.